Hey guys, it's Alicia. Welcome to day 5 of our cross-country trip from Virginia to Montana and Idaho. In this video, I am showing the remaining travel from Butte, Montana to the Bitterroot Valley area in Montana, which is where we stayed, and I will go ahead and start rolling that footage right now. We also stayed in the Coeur d'Alene area in Idaho, and so I will show a little footage of our travel between Montana and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho also. This day of travel was a really short day of travel. It only took us probably about 3.5, maybe 4 at most hours to get to our destination. And like I've said in previous videos on this trip, it normally only takes us 4 days total to get to where we're going. 4 days and 3 nights, whereas we took a detour this year to Mount Rushmore. And so instead of just pushing ourselves, we decided to kind of give us that extra day and stay an extra night. So very, very short day of travel, but after 4 longer days, it was nice to have a short day of travel. As you can see from this Montana footage, it was raining. It had actually rained the previous day when we had gotten into Montana. There was a huge thunderstorm going. And the funny thing is, I think Montana is the only state that we did run into rain. It was also quite a bit colder here in Montana than it was the previous states, but that is just Montana for you. You can run into snow in the summertime, basically. It is just one of those states that is very, very cold, which is one of the things that I don't like about it. But it is also very beautiful, as you can see as we're driving through here. And here we are coming into Missoula, Montana. Now, Missoula is the home of the University of Montana, and it's a pretty decent sized little city. And I've spent a lot of time here because it is so close to where our final destination is. And so I'm just showing a little bit of it as we drive through. I think they have a really neat little historic downtown area. And like I said, it's got a lot of different things to offer. It is a college town, so they pretty much have anything that you could want as far as amenities and all that kind of thing. And then coming up on the left here, what I'm trying to show are the buffalo that are out in that field. There is a buffalo ranch right here. Little fact about me, I absolutely love buffalo, so I always think it's fun to see them out there. And after about a week, or a little less, staying with my husband's family, we are now off to the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area to see some of my family. This is only about a 4-hour drive. Now, my husband is from Montana, and where we stayed in Montana is pretty much the area in which he grew up in. Now, I actually grew up in Washington, and I didn't make it down to my hometown this trip. And actually, I haven't made it down the last couple trips. But luckily, the family that I have that lives down there has been able to come up and meet us in Idaho the past several years. So that's what we did again this year. We did make it into the state of Washington, though, into kind of our old stomping grounds, which was Spokane, Washington. I grew up about 2 hours south of Spokane, and the town I lived in previous to moving to Virginia was a little under 2 hours north of Spokane. So Spokane has always been a really big part of my life. I've always gone there for shopping and restaurants and whatever because it's a good sized area. My husband and I spent a day in Spokane just kind of hanging out at some of the old places we used to go to, like antique stores and stuff like that. And it was really nice because when I think of what home is on the West Coast, I kind of think of the Spokane area. And here we are on the outskirts of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Now, Coeur d'Alene is known for its lake and its resort, and it has become quite the tourist area. We spent a little under a week here with some of my family, and then we headed back to Montana for a couple days before we went back home to Virginia. I really didn't film anything while on this trip because we were basically just trying to spend time with family. I do have some footage of a hike that I went on with my husband and my dog Bella, and that was in Montana, and it was a really pretty hike, so I will probably put a video up of that. But other than that, that is probably the extent of what I'm going to have on this trip. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.